Morning students, we have started our second chapter, motion in one dimension. Motion in one dimension. Now in this we have studied about what do we mean by rest and motion. Next we have studied scalars and vectors. Scalars and vectors. Now we have discussed like a scalar is a one which has only magnitude, that is a numerical value. Okay, it has only the numerical value, whereas vectors have magnitude and direction. Vectors requires both magnitude and direction. Now, under scalars, length. If you want to measure the length of your pencil, how do you measure? Using your scale, you will be measuring the length of your pencil. You will be keeping your pencil either from left to right or right to left. The length will be the same or any other value you will get. Same. That means here, in order to measure the length, do you require any direction there? No need. In order to measure the length, we need not require any direction. Let us take mass. I want to buy 1 kg of tomatoes. Then what you will be doing? You will be going to the greengrocer, asking him to give 1 kg of tomatoes. Do you say I require 1 kg of tomatoes towards east or towards north? No. It doesn't require that. Direction is not required. Such quantities are called as scalars. What are they called as? They are called as scalars. Time. If I ask you, how much is the time? You may be saying, madam, it is 9:40. Do you say 9:40 towards east or towards west or towards south? No need of the direction. Such quantities which require only time means 9:30. I require some value am. Okay, I require some value. I don't require any direction. Such quantities are called as scalars. Okay, vectors. If you are going to your friend's house, you don't know his house. He may be saying you, my home is 5 kilometers from your house. Does he says right, left? Does he mentions that? Yes. He will tell you, come straight, then move left or then turn towards right. You will be seeing some shop there or something, then again move towards left. Does he says that? Yes. Certain quantities which require value 5 kilometers, value left, right. Such things are called as vectors. Okay, those requires only the value are called scalars. Those requires value as well as direction are called vectors. Okay children, area. How much is the area of your house? It doesn't require a direction there. Okay, volume. Next, what can I say? Mass, time. These are all scalars. They doesn't require any direction. Such quantities are called scalars. Okay. Now, based on these scalars and vectors, the physical quantities I said they are divided into two types, scalars and vectors. Now, based on these scalars and vectors, today we will learn what are these two? Distance, displacement. Before entering into the topic, let us see certain examples. See, we are all at Nalgonda. We all want to go to Hyderabad. Then, first question, what do we ask? Teacher, how much is the traveling distance between Nalgonda to Hyderabad? Do you ask that? Yes. Then, the person may say 100 kilometers. Here, did the person say about the direction there? No. Here, we require how much is the gap, that means distance between your place Nalgonda and Hyderabad. It doesn't require the direction. Now, under which quantity does distance comes? I said there are two physical quantities are divided into two types, scalars and vectors. Now, distance will come under the category of which thing? It doesn't require direction. Can I say my distance is a scalar? Yes. Say a person is at point A. He has moved to point B. The length between A and B is 2 meters. The length between A and B is 2 meters. Okay? Now, what I said, a person is at A and he has moved to B. The length between A and B is 2 meters. Here, do I require anything more than that? No need. Length comes under scalars. That means the distance between A to B is 2 meters. Okay. Next, we say displacement. Okay. Listen, children, a simple example to differentiate between distance and displacement. A person is at point A. His aim is he must reach point B. Okay? He must reach point B. Now tell me, what are the different ways? He must start from point A and he must reach B. Okay? What are the different ways he can start from A and reach point B? Say, one thing you can do is directly he can move from A to B. Let us assume 2 meters. Okay? He can also move In this pattern also he can move. There is another possibility is there. Yes or no? He can move from A to say 3 kilometers and from say to reach B 2 kilometers. 2 meters, sorry. Okay? Listen children. He can directly move from A to B in 2 kilometers. The other possibility is he can move directly from A to C and again from C to B 2 meters. In the starting of the example, what I said, he must start from A and his aim is to reach B. Did he satisfied by traveling along A to B? He has reached B. And again he has traveled A to C, again C to B. Did he reach B? Yes. Now, in this example, tell me which one is the longest way. In this, AC plus CB is one way. Directly AB is another way. Okay? AC plus CB. Another one is A to B directly. The longest way is always called as distance. Okay? A to B. Can I say it as the shortest way? Yes? The longest path traveled by a body is called distance. The shortest path covered by a body or traveled by a body is called displacement. Okay? Now here the longest path we call it as distance and the shortest path as displacement. Now displacement. Look at the term itself. Displace means change its position. Okay. Change, displace. A book is on the table. If I push the book by applying a force, what happens to the book? It changes its position. Displace, displace, changing its position. If this is a duster, assume this is a duster. If I push the duster, does it move in a particular direction? Yes. Here, displacement requires not only magnitude value but also direction. Now, which quantity is displacement now? It is a vector. Okay? These are the definitions of your distance and displacement. Okay, children? Say, note down your homework. Write any 4 differences between distance and displacement. Okay, children? Thank you.